This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Our top story, questions surrounding the investigation into the sexual battery of a Riverview High School student.
With the suspect still at large, some are wondering why officials waited several days after the incident to notify the public. ABC7's Adam Cellini joins us live from Parma Street, where the student says she was attacked, to describe some of the concern among locals in the area. Adam?
Yes, Scott and Jacqueline, good evening. I'm at the intersection of Parma Street and Lords Avenue, and I don't know if you can see right behind me, that last house is the only thing between these residences and the end of Riverview High School's campus. So Parma Street very close to campus here. It was along Parma Street that this student says she was sexually assaulted on her way to her car during a football game, and it wasn't until 5 days later that anyone living along this street ever heard about it from the public officials responsible, and it is something that they are still furious about even this many days later.
I was here.
On Friday, October 13th, Donna Campbell spotted a strange man walking in front of her Parma Street home.
His face turned and I can see that he had like a mustache and goatee, and I thought, first thing I thought about was Charles Manson.
She later heard a Riverview High School student had been sexually assaulted on Parma Street that same night by a familiar face.
As soon as I saw like the goatee, the mustache, and the long brown hair, I'm like, oh my God, that's like the creep I saw walking down the street.
Unfortunately, she couldn't immediately report what she saw.
Early Saturday morning, the sheriff's office received a report of a sexual battery incident Friday night near Riverview High School.
This is the robocall the school district sent to parents on October 18th, 5 days after that attack.
Immediately, the doors should be pounded on and everybody should be made aware that something horrible has happened. Why wait?
The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office tells us they chose to wait to gather accurate information. The school district declined our interview request on the subject and sent us a Sheriff's Office explanation from an old Facebook post.
Why composites weren't put out there, something could have been put on everybody's mailbox on our street. Keep your eyes peeled. You know, we want to get this guy for this poor girl.
Campbell got a detective's number from a neighbor and reported what she saw, but fears it's now too late to help find the person responsible. Now, the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office made no indication that a suspect had been located in this case. All they would tell us about the investigation today is that it continues to be ongoing, and neither the Sheriff's Office nor the school district could tell us whether or not this or any other recent incidents at Riverview High School have led to any security changes on the property. Live in Sarasota, I'm Adam Cellini. Scott and Jacqueline, back to you.
All right, Adam, thank you so much. A Bradenton Beach man is accused of breaking into a home on Holmes Beach and then taking off with a kayak and flat screen TV. Police say a vacationer who was staying on Palm Harbor Drive noticed a man driving slowly around the neighborhood late Friday night. The witness told police they saw the man walking down the road pulling a kayak. He was also seen loading a flat screen TV into a black SUV. Police were called, checked houses in the area. They say a rear door and window were broken at one house and a vehicle in the garage broken into. Amato Zeppi was arrested and now faces multiple burglary charges.
Talks to consolidate Venice's fire department with Sarasota County could be back on the table. The city struck down the idea of handing over the financially struggling Venice Fire Department to Sarasota County last year. The county wanted Venice to upgrade its trucks and equipment first, but now a new group of residents formed by the city will be tasked with coming up with solutions to the department's problems. The city council will vote tomorrow whether the group will be allowed to discuss a consolidation.
The real key is going to be to come up with something that the residents do understand, that's well presented to them, and adequately funds the fire department. Simple as that.
The group is still being formed. All City of Venice residents can apply to be a part of that group, but the city will select the individuals.
Governor Rick Scott wants to spend more money on Florida's beaches, springs, and state parks. Scott announcing his $1.7 billion proposal in Naples today. In that proposal, the governor calls for increasing money spent on environmental programs by more than $220 million. Scott also wants legislators to increase money set aside for Everglades restoration and Florida Forever, which is the state's land conservation program. He also wants to boost spending for state parks and beach restoration programs. A Bradenton lawyer will be designated as the next president of the Florida Senate this week. The state Senator Bill Galvano will officially be designated the position tomorrow. The Republican lawmaker will lead the 40-member Senate for 2 years after the November 2018 general election, assuming Republicans hold their majority in the chamber. Over the course of his 13-year career in the House and Senate, Galvano has handled complex issues, including the investigation of a House Speaker and a gambling agreement with the Seminole tribe.
All right, well, let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Everyone's been talking about it. You've been hearing about it. The cold front is on the way. It's going to bring some big changes our way. That front is still well back to the north of us. Actually, cold front now, which will move on into our area. It looks like tomorrow morning mainly. Right now out ahead of it, we have a prefrontal trough, which is bringing some heavy weather now into Pinellas County and out into the Gulf of Mexico. This particular cell has the potential of developing water spouts and wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour as it makes its way basically off to the northeast right now. I'll put the map into motion here in a minute and show you the direct motion of these storms. They are moving off to the northeast, and you can see that's the area of concern right there. Right there near Pinellas County and off into the Gulf of Mexico. These storms, as I said, contain winds up to 40 miles an hour. This is in effect until 5:45, and that will be dropping to the south, I think. As far as the overall motion goes, you can see they're moving to the northeast, but the line itself is dropping ever so slowly to the southeast, and these showers are actually aiding us and intensifying it as it makes its way into Pinellas. Well, keep an eye on that. There's one lone storm just offshore of Anna Maria Island. Now we have 82 degrees. It's still warm. The winds out of the south, out ahead of the actual cold front now at 15, but those winds will shift to the northwest, and that will begin the cooler air that'll happen tomorrow midday, and then we'll start to see cooler temperatures on in through Wednesday and Thursday. More on that, though, coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. Park lovers and outdoor enthusiasts, now is your time to speak up. Manatee County is finishing up its Parks Master Plan, and they want your input before it's presented to county commissioners for a final approval. Manatee County will host 3 meetings in November to update the public on the plan. Once completed, it will provide a 15-year blueprint for parks, green spaces, and trails throughout the county. The first meeting will take place on November 6th at the Central Library in Bradenton from 6 to 7:30 p.m.
Passengers flying in and out of Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport will notice a nice break from the Suncoast heat. It's a new outdoor shaded parking lot at SRQ, and it's now open. It's on the east side of the terminal and provides shaded parking spaces for about 300 vehicles. It will still cost passengers the same rate to park in that lot as the short-term lot, which is about $15.
Well, the first down day in quite a few days on Wall Street. Let's check in with ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern.
Jacqueline, you're absolutely right. We didn't even have a down day last week. It was 6 days in a row, all of last week and the previous Friday, all finishing higher. And frankly, we started higher today. During the course of the morning, we set new intraday highs for all 3 of the indexes we follow. But alas, plus 40 was the high of the day. And when we're all said and done, 3 down arrows. Can you believe it? Let's take a look. No major damage, but down nonetheless. The Dow Jones Industrial Average for the day closed with a loss of almost 55 points, not quite 1/4%, at 23,273.96 on volume of 608 million shares. The Nasdaq, the big loser of the day, down more than 0.6%, more than 42 points at 6,586.83. That on volume of 1,509,000,000 shares. And of course, if those 2 are down, so is the S&P, just over 10 points, exactly 0.4% at 2,564.98. Well, it was a very interesting day for toy maker Hasbro. They announced a big increase in sales, a big increase in earnings, and guess what? The stock was down by almost 9%. Well, how can that be? They're certainly very popular. Transformers are doing very well. My Little Pony is doing well. But their major distributor, their biggest retailer, was Toys R Us. And since the company went bankrupt and they now have no access to that retailer, they did say that going forward, their very, very important holiday fourth quarter probably will not match last year. Not good news.
Not at all. Well, what's the news on General Electric today, Richard?
Might even be worse. I hate to say it, but General Electric continues to struggle. There are rumors around the company will be forced to cut its dividend. They have a new CEO, and when you look at the performance, it was down over 6% today. In an up stock market, General Electric is down more than 30% year to date. Talk about not good. That's
Wow.
not good.
That's a big percentage.
Yes,
all right.
sir.
Richard, thanks so much for the update.
You are welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a plot to bomb a busy Florida shopping mall. How undercover FBI agents were able to foil that attack.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast, plus a breast cancer breakthrough. The significant difference between patients and healthy adults coming up in your Health Smart.
Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
I just need a second.
Is your weight holding you back and affecting your health?
Did you see this? Your cousin had a heart attack.
Really?
Excess weight or obesity can be serious, but you can do something about it. Visit yourweightmatters.org. Download the free toolkit to prepare you to speak with a healthcare provider. Your weight does matter. Accept the challenge and take charge today. Visit yourweightmatters.org.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. The IRS is cracking down on those who owe back taxes. They send out devastating letters, garnish paychecks, and even put liens on your home or business. You may have heard of it. It's called enforced compliance. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists who will negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms and can negotiate a tax settlement with the IRS. It's that simple. And if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars, finally ending your financial stress. Now is the time for a fresh start. Now is the time to call Tax 10,000. 800-699-3188. That's 800-699-3188. Call now.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Explore amazing merchants on the Suncoast. Find great prices, products, and services. Go to mysuncoast.com to buy local today.
An alleged terror plot targeting a mall in Miami foiled thanks to an undercover FBI operation. Police are saying a man intended to use a weapon of mass destruction inside a popular shopping center, but it was all thwarted thanks to an undercover agent. ABC's Maggie Ruley shows us how they did it.
An alleged bomber in federal court today for the first time. The Miami area man caught in an undercover sting operation, first reported in the Miami Herald. 53-year-old Vincent Solano is accused of planning to blow up a huge shopping center with what authorities are calling a weapon of mass destruction. The alleged target, Dolphin Mall, just west of Miami. Police say Solano, acting alone, appears to have been inspired by ISIS and was trying to impress the terror group. ABC's senior justice correspondent Pierre Thomas says the problem is bigger than Solano.
The suspect is one of more than 130 Americans charged in recent years with either trying to join ISIS or plotting attacks here at home.
The FBI is actively battling ISIS radicalization on U.S. soil and has used a similar sting strategy in southern Florida before. Police say Solano began talking with someone he believed was a like-minded radical online, eventually getting his hands on what he thought was an active bomb. But really, that bomb, a fake, planted by undercover agents. And the radical online, an informant who contacted the Joint Terrorism Task Force reporting his planned attack. Solano's being held without bond and is expected back in court on Thursday. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Well, we're waiting for the big chill.
Yeah, I think everyone has their jackets ready, sweaters ready, boots, I guess, whatever you want. I mean, it's going to be kind of chilly, yeah. We're waiting for also before that some rainfall. We could use a little bit of rain. Yeah. We haven't had much at all in October. It's been rather dry, and some showers are out there right now. We're going to take a look at those on radar in just a little bit. Van Wezel webcam showing kind of a cloudy afternoon after some breaks in the clouds earlier today. I know I got up at 5 a.m. and saw a big line of storms out there in the Gulf, and those kind of faded away, and so we really didn't get much rainfall at all throughout the day today. And there's not much out there right now, but there are showers starting to develop in the Gulf, and they'll be heading our way. The cold front's still a long way away from us. It's still way back there over the panhandle of Florida. You'll see that in the dew point temperature map. But again, this cold front will continue to slide off to the southeast. It should be through most of the area by 11 o'clock. Now, it'll start to go through Manatee County earlier, say around 7, 8 o'clock, and you'll notice those wind shifts and those changes now. And as far as the motion goes, those winds will start to move out of the northwest, and that is going to usher in fall, finally. It hasn't been around here, and it will be back now. It looks like pretty strong, too. On Wednesday and Thursday, we'll warm up a little bit, Friday and Saturday. Then another cold front is on the way after that. Now, there are some bigger storms in the inland counties right now. You can see that in the northeastern Hardy, also just east of Arcadia. Pretty big cell there, but quiet in Sarasota. A shower now moving through Anna Maria Island, heading toward northwest Bradenton. But the big storms have been just off of Pinellas County right now. That's where the marine warning is. So we'll watch these cells down to our south to see if they start to generate a little bit more lift and a little stronger lightning possibility. But right now, the moderate to heavy rainfall. The north end of Anna Maria stretching down toward Holmes Beach, and then this will spread off to the northeast as the storms are moving to the northeast at around 10 to 15 miles an hour. I mentioned that marine warning. That's in effect until 5:45. So mariners, be careful if you're venturing out from Manatee County ports there. It could be a little rough going, as there have been some advisories already posted over the past couple of hours. But there it is, the dry air, the leading edge of the much cooler air spreading southeastward. Now, it's not going to be a really cold day tomorrow. It will be noticeably cooler on Wednesday, with highs will only get up into the low 70s, it appears, for highs on Wednesday afternoon. 82 right now. The dew point is at 76, and we have some clouds mixed with some sunshine right now. Winds are out of the south at 15, and the pressure 2994. That is pretty low, and that should start to rise pretty quickly tomorrow evening. Well, the hourly forecast for Tuesday looks like this. Temperatures right around 80 degrees for a high. Now, we will see clouds in the morning. Also, there's a 30% chance for a few morning showers. By the time the afternoon comes around, we'll see some breaks in the cloud, maybe a peak of sunshine here and there, and the rain threat should have ended by then as that drier and cooler air starts to move in. So the forecast winds, all important in determining temperature, will stay out of the south tonight. So our lows tonight will be in the mid-70s to start the day off tomorrow. But notice what happens on Tuesday. Those winds change directly to the north, and that brings in that cooler air. You'll see Wauchula out of the north at 11, but Arcadia a little later. So Punta Gorda, you have to wait just a little longer before that front moves on through, but it should be by midday. All areas will see that northerly wind, and that will keep us on the cooler side, at least for a few days as we march into the weekend. Well, the Futurecast showing a little initialized, not all the best. It really started off dry over Pinellas County, but even at 12 a.m., there's a chance we could see some showers when the actual front gets close to us, and then on in through 4:30, some possibility of some scattered storms around, maybe some lightning. The good news is that it'll be happening overnight, and that's usually the time that the atmosphere starts to stabilize a little bit. But the bad news is that it will be early in the morning hours that we may see an isolated thunderstorm or two. But right now, it doesn't appear to be anything too severe that we are anticipating, as the area of low pressure will be passing well to the north of us right now. Well, the tropical tracker, nothing going on right now, but we'll keep an eye on that front as it makes its way down south. There's a big cluster of storms there, southeast of Bermuda too, so we'll watch that closely. For boaters tomorrow, not the best. We'll have north winds at 15 knots. Now be careful, those winds will pick up late in the day. More than likely advisories will be issued by the late afternoon. Seas running 2 to 3 feet, 4 feet offshore, a moderate chop. The UV index will be an 8 tomorrow with some clouds in the morning. 9:02 the next low tide, another one at 10:50 tomorrow morning. Tonight, mostly cloudy, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorm, not out of the question through this evening, 75 for your low. So still warm tonight, and the high tomorrow 82, and a 30% chance for morning showers. Northwest winds will stay rather brisk throughout the day. It will be a windy Wednesday and a cool one at that, with high temperatures low to mid-70s. And then look at the low on Thursday. We talked about jacket and sweaters. Well, there it is, 52. to start the thing off on Thursday. And then we warm up quickly, and then another cold front moves in on Sunday, bringing with it some cooler temperatures for Monday. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. At First Alert Traffic, right now we're seeing traffic on I-75 moving smoothly, except for a stretch in Manatee County, and traffic is backed up northbound lanes from State Road 70 north to State Road 64. Jacqueline?
In health news tonight, more cancer patients are now insured thanks to Obamacare. New research from Indiana University shows that the Affordable Care Act has led to a dramatic decrease in the number of adults with cancer who lacked health insurance originally. Researchers looked at data involving 850,000 adults from before the law passed to data after the law passed. They found that the uninsured rate dropped from 5% to 3%, but whether future changes to this law could reverse the trend remains to be seen. Meanwhile, breast cancer is the second most common cancer among women in the U.S., and now Cleveland Clinic researchers have uncovered differences between the breast tissue of healthy women and women with breast cancer. Researchers examined the tissues of 78 patients who underwent mastectomies. They found that healthy breast tissue had more of a certain type of bacteria, but that the cancerous tissues had other types of bacteria that were elevated. The next step is to look at whether they could target that bacteria that is specifically in the breast cancer tissue with treatment, or if they can pinpoint the problem area and target it before the breast cancer has a chance to develop. Coming up, a hot air balloon crash, why a sightseeing outing ended in some trees at an elementary school. Plus, off-duty soldiers to the rescue, how a group of young men helped save struggling swimmers. Straight ahead.
Celebrate the end of summer with big savings during the Jeep Celebration event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers or save big on a new sleek and stylish Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Drive off today for your next great adventure in a brand new Jeep Renegade for as low as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Enjoy fine wine, craft beer, and delicious foods, all while supporting a great cause at the 16th Annual Suncoast Food and Wine Festival presented by Publix, Saturday, November 11th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. Taste wines from around the world and sample cuisine from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds benefit a variety of local charities and Rotary Club projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if your loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
A scary situation in Wallingford, Connecticut.
A malfunctioning hot air balloon made an unexpected landing at an elementary school yesterday morning after the flame melted a hole in the balloon. Police say the basket somehow got caught in the tree and the flame then melted into the balloon after the operator tried to use the torch to go higher in altitude. 5 people were in that basket at the time, but luckily no one was injured.
Well, a group of soldiers in South Florida are being called heroes for rescuing 2 swimmers in trouble. The soldiers are members of the U.S. Army Special Forces Group. They were in the Miami area for the funeral of a sergeant who was killed in Niger earlier this month. Now, after the funeral, the soldiers went to Sunny Isles Beach, where they saw 2 people flailing their arms in the water. Soldiers jumped in the water and saved a man and a child.
I'm happy that I was there with my brothers. We all reacted the same way. Yeah. We all ran to the water and we did the best we could.
The Army is not a 9-to-5 job. It's 100%, 24/7, every day, every minute.
The man who was pulled out of the water was resuscitated by lifeguards. He's in critical condition at a hospital. The child, though, is in stable condition.
Well, police in Nebraska tried their best to save a baby pig from becoming bacon. The Nebraska State Patrol says the pig named Wilbur was running free in the median of Interstate 80 near Lincoln earlier this month. A trooper managed to scoop Wilbur up and put the piglet back in his patrol car. Now, Wilbur was taken to a humane society and he is now getting ready for adoption. His name, of course, in honor of the famous spelling pig in the children's book, Charlotte's Web. Well, glad he was able to make that one.
He looks just like a Wilbur.
Definitely. I know. I wonder how he got out there.
I don't know. He's safe now,
yeah,
for sure.
That's good. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, cars wrecked by Hurricane Irma.
What you can do to make sure you aren't renting or buying a lemon. Straight ahead.
The Alfa Romeo Stelvio takes the modern compact luxury crossover and injects it with personality.
Every crossover should be this good to drive.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Did you know that Sarasota County was the first in Florida to be recognized as an age-friendly community? Whether you're 22 or 82, we strive to be the best place to live, work, and play. A community rich with opportunities and things to do for people of all ages. On Saturday, October 28th, we're advancing this movement with a free community event featuring live entertainment and hands-on experiences. You won't want to miss our entire community coming together for an age-friendly festival presented by the Patterson Foundation.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Many people with Medicare may be able to get extra benefits and don't even know they're available. You may be able to get dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage included in your plan. Call the Medicare Coverage Helpline to see if you can get the extra benefits you deserve. The Medicare Coverage Helpline is now accepting calls. You may be able to get extra benefits, including dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Buchwald. Making sure you go to the doctor and taking all your medications as prescribed can help protect your health. To make it easier, you may now be able to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that includes coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Help protect your health by choosing the right plan for you and get all the benefits you deserve.
Call to see if you may be able to get extra benefits, including dental, vision, and prescription coverage. Don't miss the annual election period deadline for Medicare Advantage. Call now. Call 800-711-7200. That's 800-711-7200.
I went in skeptical and came away impressed.
Stelvio can spring from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds, a segment best.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.